always remember that there's no permanent situation or circumstance in life. It will soon be over. Nobody planned for COVID. Nobody planned for job loss. Nobody planned for it. Always remember that it's a phase, and there's nothing that is permanent about a phase. What the phase look like and the time duration may be different. For some people, it may be within a month. Some people, it may be within 3 months. But realize first that this is a phase, and what you do in this phase will determine what happens next. Yes, some people have lost jobs. Some have lost close friends. Some have lost close family member. I quite sympathize with them. It's a bad thing to lose a very close person or somebody that is precious to yours. Maybe the person is even the person who had promised you that it will be done and all that. Yes, but that's what I say. Life happens.
Yeah.
What happened next? So my advice is get your acts together. Face life squarely. Look for solution in that journey or in the environment. It may be that you have to pull through. You have to climb over. You have to go through the side. Whatever way, there's always a solution. But first, your mindset, your attitude. What is your mindset about it? If you believe it can, your belief system also count here. Your positive attitude to life. If you say it cannot be done, oh, this thing cannot be done, let me just forget it and just give up. But some other people are going through the same thing and they're still smiling. Are you smiling or are you crying? Are you saying this is the end of the world, or are you saying, oh, it is not the end of the world yet, I can still make it, I can still go forward, I can still be established? It's a fact that you must know. And therefore, you need, number two is that you need the right association. In this kind of environment, watch who you listen to. What the kind of information you hear or you read in your books. Watch the news that you watch or you give attention to. Because as much as you hear something, it goes into your mind, into your spirit mind, and that affects what your willpower can do. So I advise, watch the information that you are soaking in. Yes, it's not a bad thing to listen to news. I'm a media person and I enjoy that. But the fact remains that media is not out to tell you all the good news, because bad news sells. Then watch your association. Who are you associating with? Who do you talk to? Walk away from people who constantly tell you it is not possible, it can't be done, you are doomed and all that. Walk to people who say, see, I can see light behind the tunnel. I can grow. You can be established. Things can still be turning around, and things are still turning around. With such kind of motivation over and over, you'll be bound to get it well. But like I said, I sympathize with those who have lost their job, their relatives, and all that. It's quite something that we can help.
Thank you so much for that. One thing I admire about you is your entrepreneurial skill. You've never worked for anybody in your life. And I know a lot of young people that may be thinking of starting a business, that may want to walk in your path. What advice do you have for them? You know, what advice will you tell your 20-year-old self starting, or 25-year-old self starting out, you know, finishing your degree and you're thinking of, in life? What advice will you tell them?
Advice is, if I'm going to start, if I'm given the opportunity to start over, there are benefits of not working for somebody, but the benefits of working for somebody are there. If you work for somebody, you'll have gained certain experience that you will not gain running it on your own. It all depends on your worldview. I've seen entrepreneurs who never work for anybody all their life, and they are doing exceedingly well. Only that they will have suffered some of the things they could have learned if they work for somebody for some time. Two, when you work for somebody and you work conscientiously with all your heart, you are likely to have met some and have some quality relationship that can help you when you start over. So if I'm going to give my 25-year-old self advice, I would say, young man, go and work a little or something. So I would tell my younger self, go and work for somebody, even if it is for 5 years or 6. if it is possible. But like I said, there's no quick fix it for all. It all depends on your approach. It all depends. Because some people, while they're in the university, they already started something out and they're already learning. So you can't compare with me that left university, and it was 2-3 years ago after leaving the university that I decided, okay, I wanted to pursue this area. It had been tough, yes. I knew a friend when I said, okay, let's start. She said, no, you see, what I can do for people like you who are passionate about entrepreneurship is to invest into it while I'm working somewhere so that I can enjoy the comfort. After which, when the business is fully established and it can care for the two of us, I will come and join you. And I quite understand him. The entrepreneurship comes with a lot of headaches, disappointment, and all that. Interestingly, statistics are not even helping. Sometimes it is 60% failure rate, 80% failure rate, 90% failure rate, depending on the environment where you're operating from or in. So what if you start and the first 5-10 years, your company is gone? You now have to go back and join the rat race that you are trying to avoid. But the fact also remains that, what if it works? So my advice is, know what you want in life and pursue it, and damn the consequences. Because if you don't damn the consequences, by the time you face real life situation, I bet you will run back to employment market. have I been tempted several times to go to them? I say, okay, maybe let me go and try, because money was not coming as expected and all that. So we need to really take our time, know what you want. If you start early, maybe while you are still in your high school, then during your undergraduate and all that, and then you do internship to work with every maybe multinational that can really expose you to a lot of these modern day operational procedures. Maybe it will work. Because I remember when I started out, I didn't even have one single computer. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have anything. If I need to send a proposal, I have to write by my hand and take it to what we call like a business center in Nigeria to go and type, and then you know what it means. So when you look at all this and you consider that, you will see that it's a long way to freedom. So if you can't walk the long way to freedom, don't dare it.
Yeah. Thank you for that. You know, starting a business is not a joke, but if you keep at it, I once came across a statistic that says out of 10 businesses that start in a year, 9 of them don't survive that year. But those that don't survive it and repeat again, the success rate is high. But another thing is this: some people, you know, look for job, they don't find a job. That's another problem. So it's not that they don't want to work; they want to work for somebody, but there's no job. Especially in Africa, where you have high rate of unemployment among young people, is sometimes in some countries, let's say in South Africa, it's about 40%. So I encourage young people to also consider entrepreneurship. You know, why don't you become an employer of labor? It's going to be tough, but if you learn from people like Mr. Yinka that didn't give up, you can actually make it. Thank you so much for the conversation I've had with you.
Thank you very much.
Your final word? Yeah, what's going to be your final word?
Is stay strong, be the best that you can be. Always upskill and upgrade your relevance, your skill. Knowledge is important. We're in information age. Knowledge is what sells. There are a lot of things that you can do on your own. There's a lot of do-it-yourself training and all that. Go for those things and make sure that you are preparing for tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right. Thank you so much. To our viewers, if you are going through a tough time, don't forget what Robert Schuller said. Tough time never lasts, but tough people do. Be tough. Don't give up. Especially if you're a child of God. Trust God. I once read a book by James Dobson, Dr. James Dobson, founder of Focus on the Family. He said, you know, holding on to your faith when God does not make sense. That title is strange. But sometimes, It's like God is not there, but he's there. Keep looking up unto God. Remember what Job said. Though he slays me, I will trust him. Keep trusting God. When you keep trusting God, when you keep holding on to God, especially if you're a child of God, God will make a way for you. He's going to be with you in the fire. You know, he's the fourth person. Remember the story of Meshach and Abednego. You know, all those people. So hold on to your faith. Trust God. And like what Mr. Yinka said, this time shall pass. I hope you've been blessed from today's session. See you next time. God bless you.